All right, guys. So this is Warren Williams from WarrenWilliamsCoaching.com. I'm here with Su-Elise Nash, and today we're just going to talk about fitness and how Sue's been getting on with her new holistic lifestyle, implementing some of the things that we've gone through in our talks about nutrition. And also, Sue's going to talk about some of the typical things that women struggle with, things that she may have had struggles with, and we're going to kind of talk through that just to give you guys a few hints and tips about making progressional changes that are easy to maintain, and also the things that have been difficult to maintain. So Sue, obviously we've been working together for a little while now. So first of all, let's just go through things that you found that you started doing, things that how your lifestyle was before, and also what changes you kind of made recently that have given you benefits, and just basically just kind of let everybody know how you got into it, how you're feeling and stuff.
I suppose the most drastic thing that's changed is like the eating, or what I buy to eat, probably. I don't remember the first time that I went to Sainsbury's and I called you up, didn't I? And I was just so stressed because I didn't know what I was supposed to buy from what I wasn't supposed to buy, and that was like very stressful. But luckily, after you took me shopping and showed me how to actually read the packets and stuff like that to see what's in it, I didn't have a clue before. It made things a lot easier. However, I am now just buying those things. I need to sort of diversify and find now other things as well that I know are like, okay. The whole concept of chewing my food. I'm trying. It's very difficult. I used to shovel food down, literally shovel it. And so the whole thing about having to like chew your food so consciously eating so that I digest properly. Most times I do it, sometimes I forget.
So those are right. So let's work on those two, and let's give the listeners a bit more detail about those two things, because those are obviously things that people aren't aware of. Shopping and looking at food labels. So let's just talk about the food label part first, and then we'll get into the chewing part in a second. So with food labels, so one of the things that we found, obviously, with food labels is that there's a lot of colorants, additives, preservatives, and all these extra things that are put in the food. So what would make you think that when you shop, what were you normally looking for before we started going through, how to, not so much how to shop, but how to actually look at what you're buying? What was it that initially attracted you to buying a specific type of food?
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics, what is packaging?
If it looked pretty, if it looks like I was going to enjoy it, then I would buy it. And that's basically it. I sort of there's obviously foods that I like, but even within those foods, I pick up the packet that looks the nicest. And so I do. I shop completely with my eyes, but on a very superficial level. I don't actually, or I never used to, just read the packet. But now I know, like you're saying, if I can't pronounce it, then it probably shouldn't be in there.
and also shouldn't be in your body. So we've got a lot of companies nowadays, a lot of supermarkets that are now having these labels that are saying things like to eat often, or words to the effect of you can eat this often, don't eat this so often, and they've got bright, I don't know if you've seen on the news, bright colors. They've got these like color-coded labels that are saying green is like a good food that you can eat all the time, and amber is a food you can eat sometimes, and red labels mean only eat this as an indulgence, don't eat it so often. I don't know if you've noticed those labels. And if not, do you think that would work?
I think it would work if they were honest. If the green ones were really foods that didn't have all the colorings and the additives and all that kind of stuff added to it, it would make shopping a lot easier for people who were a bit more health conscious. But I don't think they will be. I think that if you actually picked up these ones with the green labels, they probably still have a load of stuff in them that shouldn't really be in there and shouldn't really be in my body.
And right now, with regards to the second thing that you brought up, which is about chewing your foods, just explain to everybody listening, because this is typically, and the reason why this is good for you guys to listen to, because this is a typical model of most people anyway, the way they eat their food. So just explain, like, when you eat beforehand, what were you thinking of, or were you actually thinking of anything when you ate? What was why were you eating your food so quickly and stuff?
I think I was eating my food so quickly because I come from a big family, so I didn't want no one to take my food. I've just always eaten really quickly, always, and I would always be the first person to finish my plate of food. And it's not that, I really enjoy food and I really enjoy eating, and I think, you know, in my mind, it was just like, oh, you know, I need to get all these tastes in my mouth really quickly. But I would finish it, and I'd finish the entire plate. Whereas now, when I do chew my food, so if I'm counting 30 chews in my head with each one, I actually find now I have to put my knife and fork down. Remember we talked about that? If I put a mouthful in and I don't put my knife and fork down, then I probably won't do 30 chews because I'll have the next one lined up ready to go in again. So once I've filled my mouth now, I put the knife and fork down and actually eat what is in my mouth before I put something else in there. And I find that I don't always finish everything now on my plate. I find that I actually feel full a lot quicker with eating less than before. I would shovel all of it down, finish everything, and then
it's almost like your stomach catches up afterwards.
Exactly.
So see what Sue just made a really good point there, and that's a really good tip for people that are listening when it comes to eating your food. The good practice, as Sue just said, is you eat your food, or you put a mouthful in, you put your knife and fork or your spoon, whatever, down, and that allows you the time to chew the food thoroughly before you get it down. The benefit of that is the more you chew your food, you're releasing more enzymes, which increase the ability to digest those foods, because enzymes are used to break the food particles down far more efficiently. So it's going to aid your digestion. When Sue was talking about feeling full quicker, the reason why that happens is because when you're chewing your food, you're chewing the food to extract nutrients, extract energy from those food sources. So you're only chewing food. The only benefit of eating food is to actually get energy to the body. So by chewing your food, you get energy to the body. Then the brain tells you, okay, you are full, so stop eating. So the problem with eating real quick is your brain doesn't get a chance, like you said, your brain doesn't get a chance to catch up. So that's a really good tip. So there you guys have that one tip there for now. If you're going to chew your food, put the knife and fork down or spoon down, finish the first mouthful, then proceed to the next chunk, and then that way you're going to digest food, you're going to eat far less. And for all those women that are listening, and they were always talking about, you know, watching how much they eat, if you chew your food thoroughly, you won't have to worry about that, because your brain and your body will tell you when to stop. So then we were talking about the food packaging and you know, the food labels and all sort of stuff. So like you were rightly saying, if you can't pronounce the food, you shouldn't eat it, because most of the time that means it's a chemical or